OceanGate, the parent company of the Titan sub, didn't get certified because they knew they wouldn't pass, according to Titanic director James Cameron. I had a lot of doubts about the technology they were using, he stated. I wouldn't have joined that sub. Cameron has completed 33 dives to the Titanic wreck using a submersible. Titan and carbon fiber were used to construct the Titan. For the Deep Sea Challenger submersible expedition in the Pacific in 2012, Cameron utilized a different technology, bringing him to the ocean's deepest trench, 10,912 meters. 3,810 meters below the surface is the Titanic's wreck. According to Cameron, he immediately suspected a disaster when he learned that the submarine had lost both its navigation and communication systems simultaneously. I knew what had happened in my bones. The sub had vanished because its electronics, communication system, and tracking transponder all failed simultaneously. I immediately got on the phone to some of my contacts in the deep submersible community. When he heard that the sub had gone missing on Monday, St. John's mourns Titan's loss. I had the following information within about an hour. They were going down. They were at 3,500 meters, heading for the base at 3,800 meters. Their communication and navigation were lost, and I told them right away that you can't lose communication and navigation at the same time without an extreme or highly energetic catastrophic event. An implosion was the first thought that came to mind. An official from the US Navy told CBS News, the BBC's partner, on Thursday that shortly after the Titan lost contact with the surface, the Navy had detected an acoustic anomaly consistent with an implosion. The information, according to the official, had been given to the U.S. Coast Guard team, which used it to narrow the search area's radius. Cameron compared the loss of Titan and its crew to that of the Titanic in 1912, describing it as a terrible irony. We now have another wreck that is unfortunately based on the same principles of not heeding warnings, OceanGate was notified. Cameron stated that individuals from the deep submergence community, including but not limited to himself, had sent OceanGate a letter expressing their belief that, in his words, you are going on a path to catastrophe. The current experimental approach adopted by OceanGate could result in negative outcomes from minor to catastrophic, according to a letter from the Marine Technology Society (MTS) to OceanGate in March 2018 that was obtained by the New York Times. Separately, according to U.S. court documents, a former OceanGate employee had warned of the vessel's potential safety issues as early as 2018. According to the records, the director of marine operations for the company, David Lockridge, raised concerns in an inspection report. However, the OceanGate co-founder insisted that Titan had been subjected to stringent testing. The BBC was informed by Guillermo Selene, who left the business 10 years ago, that the 14-year development program had been very robust. They were not there for the design of the sub, for the engineering of the sub, for the building of the sub, and certainly not for the rigorous testing program that the sub went through, says an expert who weighs in on this, including Mr. Cameron. Although certification is not required, the Titan sub was not certified. Does that not mean that OceanGate does not meet the standards where they apply? The company stated in a 2019 blog about the incident. The way the Titan had been designed fell outside the accepted system. Bringing the outside entity up to speed on every innovation before it's put into the real-world testing is anathema to rapid innovation, it added. The classification agencies slowed innovation. Felt like a prolonged and nightmarish charade where people were running around talking about banging noises and talking about oxygen and all the other stuff, Cameron told BBC News of the past week. I was aware that the submarine was sitting precisely beneath its previously known depth and position. That is precisely where they discovered it, he added. He stated that it is a very dangerous site and that anyone venturing to the Titanic wreck should be fully aware of the dangers. Agree to those risks, but you shouldn't be in a situation where you haven't been informed about the risks of the actual platform in which you are diving. Risks shouldn't exist in the 21st century. We have survived 63 years from 1960 to the present without a fatality, so one of the saddest aspects of this is how easily it could have been avoided.